All right, so we want to talk about where we've been with the History Symposium, Living History Conferences, War of 1812 Conference, and why we got to talk about a new path forward. So I want to talk about our current reality. We've had multiple groups in the past, that would stage these. So one group would do it one year, another group would do it the next year, and then sometimes a third group would do it. So no one had too much of a burden organizing and running these. But now there's really one group and a lot of times no groups willing to do this. We find that the new privacy laws and then the computer security people have, so spam and phishing screeners, they limit our ability to reach out to people by email promoting conferences. Our costs have risen, they become more expensive to stage, but people are price conscious, right? And so the appetite for the price point we have had to run these at has lessened. And as a result, we've seen conferences barely break even and some have even operated at a loss. The times when there's been no group willing to underwrite or host a conference, people like myself and Chris have staged these, and then all the risk, the financial risk, have been personal risks. So we've been able to do this for now, but this really isn't a sustainable model, and we want to talk about how we might go forward with this. So we've come to the proverbial fork in the roads. Pardon me and my sense of humor and some of the graphics I might choose, but to look at it another way, there's two ways we can approach this. So number one,
Sorry, Tom, can I just jump in for a second? I
yeah,
don't think
Chris,
your slides aren't advancing. We're still just on the initial slide.
really, buggers. Okay, so then we'll maybe stop this and go back and do it over again, or bear with me for a second. Yeah. Too bad I was on a roll there.
I didn't want to interrupt you.
I'm curious, are they changing now?
Sorry, I was on the YouTube. Yes, there we go.
Okay. All right. So this is technology, so bear with us. We're learning as we go. So as I talked about our current reality, I think you can read it there. You heard the gist of it. There is my joke, the fork in the road. Here we have where I was at. Scenario number one, we scale these back. We make them simpler, less expensive to operate, but then that's going to lessen the quality of what we're doing. Or we can find other ways to run these, fund them, and try to bring a quality product at a very affordable price point for our target audience. So the good news is, we've chosen scenario number two. We're not ready to give up, but we think there is an interest and an appetite for what we're trying to do. We just have to find a different way to do it. And to go forward, then another one of my jokes, we're going back to the future. So a lot of people might recognize this logo. So it used to be an event held in Chatham, Heritage Days, the fair at the Forks. This was the organization or the charity that run the 2013 Battle of the Thames event, just outside of Thamesville by the Tecumseh Monument. And it's been kept alive, and this is what we're going to use so that we are a licensed charity and it can be the basis for our charitable foundation. So to share a little bit about what our vision is, we do want to create a charitable foundation. And from that will be the ecosystem for conferences. It might be our group or organization running the conferences, but the domain name, the registration site, the emails, the payment systems. We're happy to make that available for any other group that wants to run the annual conference. It always doesn't have to be us, but we are here to help. And then also through some of our activities, we're looking to build a subscriber base to make it much easier to market these in the future, and it not being such hard work, so that we can have a proper scale. And then as we have this virtual bricks and mortar or an organization of substance, then we feel that will be a better foundation as we go after grant applications to help us stage larger events. And then through our website and various social media outreach, we can have ongoing dialogue with interested people and share information, resources, and then once again, continue to build that subscriber base. Where we're at right now, we have set up a dedicated bank account. We are in a position to accept donations and issue tax receipts. And then from support and donations at the spring symposium that was run in Kitchener, we do have money that has carried over and is seed money for future projects. So we're off to a great start. The other work we've done, we have created a board of directors or formalized our executive. We still want to create a dedicated Heritage Days website, with its own domain and specific email accounts. We had talked about in 2021 doing a small format conference similar to what we've run in Kitchener a couple of times, or at Fort Erie, where 4 speakers, 1 room. And then in 2022, once we've had a chance to build out our expertise and capability, then return to large conference format similar to what was done with the War of 1812 conference at the University of Guelph in 1812. So we thought that the 10th anniversary of that conference would give us a nice little bit of symmetry. However, this nasty thing called the coronavirus or COVID-19 has derailed a lot of things, and that includes our thoughts around the 2021 conference. So we've made the decision that we will host this in a virtual or an online fashion. So prior to the spring conference, we're going to have a standalone lecture or 2, maybe several of these, so we can test and evaluate technology platforms. So that's part of what we're doing here today with this information piece. And then that'll also allow us to get feedback from people and to see what their degree of receptiveness is to this. It's also going to allow us to continue to build our mailing list for the promotion of future projects. So the very first talk is in about a week's time, November 7th at 3 p.m. The cost is going to be free. Like we're doing this today, we're going to try to live stream on both YouTube and on Facebook. I've donated some of my research and my time to create a talk where we'll look at the Battle of the Thames, and also known as the Battle of Moraviantown. So registration and details can be found on the History Symposium website. Stealing from the Beatles and the cover art from their Help album here. How can you help? Join our mailing list, and then we are open for donations, and we can issue tax receipts. And then a few more thoughts around how to stay in touch with us and how to help out. So bookmark our website. We'll post information there at History Symposium. There's also a Facebook group, Heritage Days. There's the link to find that group, or you can search for it on Facebook. You can reach out to us by email, inquiries at History Symposium. And then how might you donate? Well, by PayPal, and it's payment at historysymposium.com. For Canadians with donations of more than $20, we will issue a tax receipt. So that is really what we wanted to share today. Sorry if we're a little bit disjointed or fumbling as we're getting this up and running, but I think we got the core message out. Chris, anything to add? Oh, you're muted there, Chris.
Once I'm unmuted there, I just wanted to quickly say, Tom a little bit glossed over his upcoming talk on November 7th, but we really are thrilled. Tom's got an incredible knowledge on the Battle of the Thames. He's been looking at this for years. And any of Tom's Twitter followers know that his knowledge is unparalleled on this battle. And we're really looking forward to hearing not just the battle itself, but the build up and the repercussions as well. So I hope everybody can join us on next Saturday at 3:00.
Great. Thanks, Chris. Hey, and thank you, everyone. Appreciate you checking this out, checking us out, whether you can join us at the talk or, monitor our updates and happenings and join us for future projects. We really appreciate your interest. So thank you, everyone. You take care. Bye. Sure.